Me.
Congratulations, we're recording.
This is the worst season of the Orville
I thought
yet.
you were going to be. You started a sentence where you were like, "I'm going to tell you how it's going to go," and then you didn't tell us how it was going to go.
But that worked anyway.
Would we have listened?
No, probably not.
Welcome to Yang Talk.
I think we're recording.
We are recording.
Oh, is there a starship behind us?
You hope there is.
I hope so. That was one of the pictures that was shown to us previously.
Can we get an underlying layer of just Starship noises the entire
Ooh.
time?
No.
That sounds like white noise?
I do know a
I'm sorry,
2-hour
I
loop of
thought
that.
I know
you
that's
wanted this to
Vader.
be
Hold on.
simple. We make this more difficult every time.
I do think there might be a little squeal going on when I listen to it on headphones or something, but
It's
We're
because
rolling
whatever
with
you
it.
guys.
Oh,
are
that's
talking,
because I don't oil up before.
No.
Yeah. I'm a little.
So hey, welcome to Yang Talk.
Oh
yeah,
I
we
forgot we
recording.
started.
I'm the Tin Man. That's the Cowardly Lion, and there's.
I'm
Toto.
Dorothy. Dibs on Dorothy.
I made you Toto,
All right, I'll take that.
and
God
this is the
bless
Yellow Brick Road
rains down
podcast.
in Africa. Toto.
So we're back.
Yes, we watched a movie.
Yes, we did.
We
You'll
played
never
some
have guessed it.
games.
We watched a movie.
We had some fun.
But
and now we're
first-
here.
At the shop, which, by the way, what's the website that you can go to?
Oh, the ingames.co, because we're too cool for the M. And that's probably on the screen behind me.
Oh, it's not,
It certainly is not.
because her hands are not on the mouse and keyboard.
There will
so-
be no
If
post-editing.
there's ever a sign where we don't know what's going on, this is it. We could be anywhere. We could even be in a boat. Maybe one of those space boats. Yeah, okay.
It's NCC 1701. Which
Oh.
which of the subcategories is it?
Isn't it the Delta?
Delta would mean that we're in TOS or in TNG.
Yeah, that's probably the.
That's the one I want to be on.
yeah, that's.
I
the
mean,
one
yes,
we're
but
in.
we know she's a TOS head, so that's why I wasn't assuming. Oh, okay, good. Then
Okay,
we're in the
yeah.
right
We're in the
enterprise.
Delta. Yeah. Not that we're fans of Star Trek. Or anything.
No, actually, to be fair, I'm a
They
I'm a
probably
fan
could
of
hear
the
it
sea.
somehow.
To be honest with you,
We got some shop news.
I watched some Star Trek.
Did you just wheel this over to me?
Oh, you didn't bring your notebook, so
Yeah, our famous Dual Commander League is starting.
world famous.
Yeah.
World famous, actually world famous. Dual Commander
I
League
was even
starting.
working on a deck right before we were recording.
Ooh. So have you ever wanted to play Magic Singleton 1v1 in a competitive way where it almost gets to fist fighting but not quite?
Do you like Commander?
That
I
is-
have only one friend.
You won't get in a fight. You can only get one copy of every card.
Oh, right. Yes. There's only one copy of every card. Anyway, it's my favorite format, and it's definitely the little
mine
format
too.
that could. And it's been getting really popular recently because it's able to be played on Magic Online.
Mhm.
And because it's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we're trying something new for the league, so it's going to be a little bit shorter and it's a little bit more spicy because it's double elimination bracket. So we'll be able to post like the bracket as soon as Monday hits of who everyone's going to be playing. And you can follow along at home. At this website.
At the website.
At this website.
Can we just get it like the DVD logo? It just bounces around? Everybody just not listening, waiting for it to hit the corner.
No, I swear I saw it hit the corner once, Brian.
And also the bane of every Magic store owner's existence is Mystery Booster, and we have another one of those coming out. So there was a lot of
No, that
Yeah.
was core sets.
anyway. Yes, despite our best intentions, it's back. There's some cool cards, and there's some cards that are going to be frustrating for us to put away.
Look, I'm pro Future Sight Border, so anything that includes that.
And
makes me
what
happy.
about White Border?
I love white.
We're
border.
back, baby.
Yeah, new White Border cards. There's some cards that have only been on digital sets, so like there's some cards that don't even work in the game that they're printing in the set, and that's going to be really weird.
Well, they've already done that though before.
Yeah,
what
but
was
they're
that one
doing it
angel
again.
that doesn't work?
Oh,
Like,
there's.
no, the one from what of the Midnight Hunt or.
You're thinking
Crimson
of
Bell.
Sarah Paragon from
Yeah.
Dominator United. So I have been told to not talk about Magic anymore.
No, we definitely didn't just take us out back and beat us up because we're talking about Magic too
Yeah,
much.
you didn't see us leaving the bridge of the Starship
Away
Enterprise to
team
talk about
assemble.
this.
See, you guys think that the reason that we had the green screen was because I'm lazy, but really it's because we're so technically oriented that it just was a choice.
We are the most technically
It was
proficient
actually
podcast.
green. It's a different color than green.
There's
normally.
ironic green screen.
Yeah.
We're too edgy for chroma key.
in stuff that's actually happening this weekend, we have 2 new card sets coming out. The new Lorcana Disney set, Shimmering Skies, and we're doing a release party this weekend for sealed gameplay. And then there's a new Digimon set coming out this weekend, Secret Crisis.
Mm-hmm. And hey, if you wanted to get any of those products, or if you wanted to take part in any of those events, where could you go to sign up?
Oh, you could go here to the store.
Cool.
Or on the Red Web. You know where to go.
I'm unfamiliar with the concept.
Oh, so there's a website. It's called the ingames.co.
Oh,
because
is that
we're
the
too
thing that
close
Al
to the
Gore
end.
made?
The website? I hope so.
No, the internet.
That was Man Bear Pig, actually.
Ooh.
Excelsior.
Ooh, full circle.
Full circle. Anything else about the store we want to talk about?
It's pretty rainy today.
Yeah, we're in the middle of a hurricane.
Yeah. Or tropical storm, I think.
I think it's tropical storm.
Yeah.
Debbie now.
Yes. So
And now
if
it's,
we
it's been, it's Lil Debbie, essentially.
Yeah. It's like really more like a snack cake.
A snack cake. I'm down with that. I guess since we brought up the storm, let's talk life updates.
Did you have a reference to a storm in yours?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just like,
Just-
speaking of storms.
Speaking of storms that aren't inside the shop but around the shop, which is also directly your lives.
Mm.
Apparently, no one has life updates.
I bought College Football 25
Oh yes.
Ah.
Welcome.
because his friend was playing it. I was
It's
like, you know
so
what?
good.
Yep.
I've
TCU, baby. Texas Christian.
you can.
I played
That's
as
a
the
go.
The Horny
Cavaliers.
Toads.
Okay.
I didn't know any of the buttons, so I put it on rookie mode. I sent you a picture, I believe. I played against your alma mater, I believe, or
Yeah.
at least where
it's-
you were living at.
Right. Yeah. It was just getting demolished.
81
yeah,
to 0.
it's
I thought I was
fine.
going to lose, but the game is just like giving you everything. I was like, this is a joke, but at least I'm learning when to press a hit stick. And
Wait, you were winning.
yes,
Yes, like 81 to 0.
I put it on
How
the
is
I
that
put it on the
possible in
easiest.
football?
It felt silly, but
Yeah.
the menu music gets you hyped.
Oh yeah, it's just drumline music, and it's just though I spend so much time in the menus and stuff doing the nerdy part of college football that sometimes it's just like I've been listening to the same drum
I'm gonna
line
need
for
to turn
an
this
hour.
off. Yeah. Calm down, Nick Cannon.
Your roommates are in the background
It's,
dancing
or it's
around.
like it's like 2 a.m, and it's just been the same drum line for like an
I
hour.
wish we
It's
could
like, what's
change the
happening?
background to like a football field with like a car on the distance with like its headlights on.
Other things I did, I went to sleep for a couple days, essentially.
Talked about the movie Drumline.
Yep. I've been watching The Boys again.
Oh,
I
they
started
are
on-
back in town.
Yeah, I've seen season 3 before. It's like 4 is out, and I haven't seen it, so I was like, I'm a refresher and start with 3.
Yeah, I haven't watched the newest season yet.
I think 4 is the newest season.
think
don't
so.
know.
That's the newest.
Okay.
They
Mhm.
have one more, I believe, with 5, and then they're doing 2 spin-offs.
Show's fun.
Yeah.
It's pretty gory. And I've watched ER, starring
George
George
Clooney.
Clooney. Yep.
Okay.
It's definitely a throwback to 1995. I'm sure I've mentioned this on a previous episode.
Yep.
It's just old TV, but it's fun to see how far. It's I don't know.
Well,
All,
you've
all
watched
the
it-
other hospital dramas are based on it. Essentially.
You also have watched every Law and Order under the sun already, so
Yeah.
I've been slowly going through Criminal Minds for the first time for me because I've seen so many clips from like TikTok and stuff that's like this seems like a show for me because all the clips I saw were like a lot more lighthearted than the show ends up being. So it was
true
like,
crime, baby.
well, it's like they're like witty characters some of the time. I was like, I'm ready for witty characters, and it's like emotional heartbreak for every 45 minutes. Yeah.
I've never seen the show, but it doesn't seem like it'd be a fun song.
Well, some of the characters are funny. Maybe not.
Ish.
It's not a fun. Maybe not a fun show, but I do like enjoy like solving the puzzle with
Have,
the characters.
Have you considered perhaps Brooklyn Nine-Nine? That might be more your
I have watched
speed.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine. That one was that one was good. But yeah, I've been watching. I'm on season 4 of Criminal Minds.
How many are there?
17.
Wait.
Yeah, I'm almost there.
Yeah, didn't the main guy like leave for a while, then come
Oh, I
back?
don't know.
Like
Spoilers. Jeez.
Whoa! Wow.
Mandy Patinkin or whatever?
Oh yeah, he
Yeah.
left at the end of season 2,
Oh, big spoiler, guys.
and gets replaced with another guy.
Andy Garcia?
I don't know his name. I know he's Agent Rossi
It's-
in this
it's Andy
show.
That was in the army now.
I guess that's my life update is Criminal Minds.
Well, unlike you nerds, I have had real life updates. I have been watching NCIS LA and
are we all watching
No.
all shows? Okay.
no,
Talk about movies on this,
And shows.
and shows.
and apparently all of
So,
in
You
between.
guys
Yeah.
watched that episode of Frasier we're going to review tonight, right?
Of course.
Yes, I did.
Right, Niles?
Indubitably.
Somewhere Olivia's really upset right now
Yeah.
That we're
I
talking
hope
about
not.
Frasier.
that making promises we're not.
I'm upset we're not
Oh,
talking about
okay.
Frasier. It's going to be the Frasier cast.
Olivia,
we
just
starting with
just
the-
let you know that Sarah's the one holding us back. so-
Yeah, we could be the Frasier cast.
I never said you can watch it. I just said
I heard
wasn't
it. I don't know.
going to.
We are starting with the episode where he fights in the parking lot of the coffee shop, right?
No, I was going to suggest we start with the episode where he owns the restaurant.
It looks like we've started. All right.
Or there's Frasier Day. We could talk about
Oh,
Frasier Day.
Frasier Crane Day. Yes, of course.
All right.
Or the Wine Club.
Oh, the wine club.
Sarah, do you have any life updates other than it's stormy outside?
Oh yeah, it's weather.
No. I worked an extra day, extra hours this week, so I'm kind of tired. That's it. I'm kind of boring.
You've been playing a lot of
Yeah,
Conan,
me
I heard
too.
recently.
I've been playing Conan myself, one of my favorite games.
She was trying not to bring that up. No.
I don't care. I'm going to out
We
her
can't
again.
get too technical with Conan, but
Yeah. Hey, high level.
I don't mind kind of my game.
High level, please. I'm already lost.
It's a survival game. We're trying out a new map. We play with a lot of maps.
Yeah, you made like a Hobbit house, didn't you?
Yeah. Well, that was in Shrouded, but we've also done Hobbit houses and jungle tree houses, and there's a lot of people
in a video game.
in a video game. Yes.
In
Lawyers.
Minecraft parody.
And I always have animals. I like playing animals, and we get to do that. And then we play with somebody who really likes Castlevania, and we kick her off there. So
In the video game. Lawyers.
That's about all I know about that game is people trolling people on bridges with horses as they come running across. You just
Yeah.
give them the boot, and that was ages ago.
Oh,
It's
gosh.
really funny. There's a thing now where you can increase your kick power. So we've been
It's a whole skill
literally-
tree.
we're like, in honor of the Olympics, we're testing out how far we can kick each other.
Oh, that's good. Bringing it to
Oh,
current
okay.
events. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Olympics. are
Anybody
going
actually watched the Olympics?
Yeah,
other
I
than
did,
clips on the
actually.
internet.
Been hearing
I did.
about the controversy, and that's about my extent of it.
I know there is definitely not a Turkish hitman who was doing really well in the shooting.
Oh, right, the guy who just kind of really casually.
Yeah, it's just like he's definitely not a Turkish hitman.
That man is pretty crazy. I don't know if you've read about him, but
I have not.
he's in the middle of a really bitter divorce right now.
Oh, no.
And part of the reason why he did all this was to like give a middle finger to his ex-wife.
To let her know, like,
Well, part of his acceptance speech of the
His
medal
like
is he ends it with like, "And I want my cat back, you B word."
Yeah.
jeez.
There's been a few world records. I know one of the foot races was by thousandths of a second difference. Yeah, it was like, yeah. So that's been pretty cool. Noah Lyles is doing well. He's a big Yu-Gi-Oh guy, so I'm rooting for him.
Yep.
He runs really fast.
Give me your Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Oh yeah,
I know for the
not today.
for the qualifiers, he was actually running with Yu-Gi-Oh
Blue Eyes
cards
White
in his
Dragon.
kit.
Oh, that's right.
Yep.
I remember him.
I'm pretty sure that's a banned substance. Like,
Oh,
you
Yu-Gi-Oh!
just got Exodia helping you out.
Right, you can't have the heart of the cards with
You
you.
just walk up to the guys reffing it, and you're like, "Excuse me, I have these 5 pieces of Exodia. Gold medal, please."
Yeah.
He got us. Ain't no rules, so you can't bring 5 pieces of Exodia.
That's interesting. The last time this rule was invoked is 1906 in Paris.
Yeah.
No?
It's kind of boring. We all just watch things and play video games.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why half this podcast is dedicated to movie reviews.
Yep.
Well, speaking of movie reviews,
Yes.
We watched a film.
a 2006 masterpiece called The Good Shepherd about the creation of the CIA.
Yes. The official synopsis is the tumultuous early history of the Central Intelligence Agency is viewed through the prism of one man's life. It is 2 hours and 47 minutes, and it felt like 2 hours and 47 minutes. So I don't know if that takes up at all. So someone else might have to say it.
What Sarah said.
Yes.
Yep.
Ditto.
that was great.
Copy
Well, that was the
paste.
movie review.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, and that's all we. That summed it up perfectly. I think we're
So-
done here.
I just watched it this morning because I.
Holy
Holy moly!
Take it to the limit.
Look, I'm kind of a guy who does all the movies in one sitting, but even I had to do this one in
I
2
had to move
sittings.
my car this morning at 7 for reasons, and as I was walking, I was like, you know what? I have got 4 hours before work. What if I spent 3 of it watching this movie?
Remind us who we were jumping off to.
Robert De Niro.
Who
is
both-
who both acted in it and directed the movie.
Mhm.
This is the second time he's directed, And this marks his return to directing since I think it's the 1995 classic A Bronx Tale.
Ooh.
You want to talk about who was in it?
Yeah,
De Niro.
we had Matt Damon,
Yep.
Angelina Jolie,
Mhm.
Eddie Redmayne.
As a wee lad.
Yes, John Turturro.
As a wee lad.
Who else? We had a lot of other.
John
Lee
Turturro
Price.
was real violent in this one.
Yes.
He was less wee lad,
Just
much
tell
more
me your
violent.
name.
Oh, the actor who played Thunderbolt
It's all
Ross,
just painted rust.
Who recently passed away. The actor who played Thunderbolt Ross was in this movie. But I can't think of his name. Ross from the Marvel movies.
There's a lot of
And-
people in this movie.
Yeah, there's a lot of people
Yeah.
in this movie.
What?
That's
William
another
Hurt.
reason why I picked
Oh,
it.
William Hurt.
William
yes.
Hurt's in this movie. That's his name. Thank
Joe
you.
Pesci makes an appearance.
It's actually
yeah.
interesting story. It's Joe Pesci's first return to acting since he quit. Was this movie?
Wow.
Which Tom was really excited to remind us of.
I had
every
no
time I
idea he had
mentioned.
quit. I just figured his
He's
career had run its course and
old.
he stopped
Yeah.
getting put in
Nope,
movies.
he quit.
Lee Pace was in it. I was surprised to notice. Hard to recognize him without his elf hair.
Yes, I did have to
Harvey
look that up.
from Suits was in this.
Yes, he was.
Yep.
That's when I was like, the Suits guy?
Yeah.
I don't know who that guy
I can't
is.
remember his name.
That show is terrible. Do not watch it.
I mean,
I've
let's
seen
just
like
like
5 seasons of it. It's
Hold
bad.
on. Before we talk this movie, I gotta defend Suits.
Hang on,
Okay.
hang on. Are we about to become a Suits
It's
review
a fun,
podcast?
it's a fun bad though.
It starts off fun, I think,
Yeah.
but like 5 or 6 seasons in, it just starts dragging. And
What's it about?
Where he pretends to be a psychic to help solve crimes.
do you remember when USA was like, we need shows that are buddy cops, but they're not cops?
Yeah, what I just
Wait,
said.
wait a
It's about-
minute.
it's about
I
lawyers.
thought that was a different one.
That is. I'm getting to that.
Okay.
So they made a series of 5 or 6 shows that were
Okay.
buddy cops,
Monk.
but they're not cops. And this one was buddy cops, but they're not cops. They're a lawyer and a guy pretending to be a lawyer because he doesn't have a law degree.
Damages.
He's
But
so
it's
smart,
essentially-
he gets hired at a huge firm.
Right. And he has photographic memory.
Yeah, he went to the
Tom,
University
as
of Columbia.
someone who paid to get this, how does that make you feel?
Oh, I didn't pay to get it.
You didn't pay to get your law degree?
No, my parents did.
Okay, fair enough. Can't argue
I'm
that
debt
one.
free, baby. I don't know what you're talking about.
But Psych was a part of this buddy cop, but they're not
Monk.
cops. Monk.
Uh,
Burn Notice.
Burn notice damages.
White Collar.
This was a bad era of television.
Oh, no,
FX
I'm a
was
fan
lot,
of all of
involved
it.
in a lot of these.
It's 2 witty best friends who definitely follow the law together.
Who was this person in the movie though?
John
He-
Russell?
He was the brother of Angelina Jolie.
Yes, the son of
The
the
one who
Gabriel
got killed.
Mott, I believe, is the actor.
The guy who's told him about the kid when they're on the beach.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I remember.
Yeah.
Ruined the like little deaf girl's life, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
He plays the actual
I would say
lawyer
maybe
in the
perhaps
show
spared
Suits.
her.
Yeah.
So basically, we follow the world's most boring man.
This
So boring.
The real guy is a guy named James Jesus Angleton, who's responsible for
Jesus.
basically the
Which is on your screen
yes,
right
the
now.
entire history of
Wait, what?
the department.
it's not the
Hang on,
Starship.
hang on. The department, I believe it's Department C, which is counterintelligence, and here's the picture that's on the background now.
Oh, okay.
I hope it's the cowboy.
He is the guy on
It
the
is
right.
the-
The guy on the left is the head of Mossad,
Oh, okay.
who he had invited over to the U.S. for a visit. They were just palling around.
Which
I mean, they got the
Wait a-
wardrobe right. All gray suit.
Yep.
It's
from this
So
direction,
Cowboy is the head of Mossad.
it's between Brian and Tom.
Okay.
So
And what's the website you can go to?
no, it's not on. No, stop it.
So the movie follows the world's most boring man, and he starts. It jumps across a lot, and
So there's 3 big
There we go.
events
All
that
right.
occur within the movie.
No, 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 no. Tom, you're not allowed to talk about plot.
Hold on, let's give him a
3
chance.
events, and then that's it. The 3 events that are in the movie that are important are the World War II,
Mhm.
the overthrowing of the Guatemalan government by the CIA, and the Bay of Pigs and Sayers.
And
as far as, like, the
somehow,
big historical.
somehow, all of these very important historical events are barely covered. It's a lot about Matt Damon, who's between Brian and Bren right now,
Oh.
and
hello.
Angelina Jolie and their relationship.
Yes.
And still, it's still
'Cause
so
Matt Damon is
boring.
really bad at
You know,
his personal
a
life,
person,
and I guess he's good at his job.
He is good at his job.
He can't be that good considering he let his son bust up the Bay of
On the
Pigs.
other hand, he caught the mole.
So the movie
Sure.
follows the world's most boring man, and the movie goes back and forth between current day and or
day
current.
before- yeah.
Bay of Pigs Day.
If you're a fan of sequential storytelling, this is not the movie for you.
So they tell you what year it is and back and forth, but they'll explain parts of his life or it's like his childhood, and then like the main story is him finding out about the Bay of Pigs being given away by a mole. So they're kind of following that thread throughout. You start off in that time frame, as far as I remember.
Yes.
And then so this whole big deal where you're not quite sure who it is. Maybe it's Matt Damon because he's also had some illicit affairs in the movie at some point.
And he is the guy who's in charge of like the most shadowy, like least known about apartments. So if anybody's gonna be the mole, it's probably the guy we know the least about.
And I think they do a good job of like he interacts with certain characters during the flashbacks and stuff. That's like, oh, maybe it's this guy because he suspects this guy, and he actually like goes down the rabbit hole of like maybe this is the guy that did the thing. And then he does that of like a few times during the flashbacks where we're like, oh, this is the guy. Oh, this is the guy. And then it turns out that none of them were the guy.
They do a decent job of like kind of trickling some things here and there where you thought it might be this person every time, like you're
Yeah.
saying. So
Yeah, like when
they
the
don't really
cop
give it
follower
away
shows up.
till like the end of the movie. They hold off long enough. There's
Right.
not enough for you to really figure it out until about when they do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a quote that I remember that De Niro said about this movie where he said that he wasn't a fan of like direct on-screen action. He wanted it to more like just sort of the plot elements to just sort of happen within the movie.
He didn't want to bang bang shoot him up.
Yeah.
He
Mhm.
wanted a long, drawn out story, which is what we got.
Which is absolutely what we
Well,
got.
it was originally supposed to be part of the trilogy.
Yeah, it
Oh.
felt like it.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I was not keeping up with the first 2 and 15 minutes of the movie. So then when it really picked up in the last half hour, I didn't actually know who anybody was
Well-
and was real confused.
Ooh-wee.
There's also one part that they don't really explain very well, and that's spoiler alert, I guess.
Oh yeah, we're going to spoil the movie, The
Yeah.
Good Shepherd.
The guy Arch Cummings, the British guy who comes to meet with him and who's in the MI5, he's actually Tim Philby, who is like one of the Cambridge Five of high-level moles within MI5 that the Russians had that really screwed up a whole bunch of operations. So that's why at the end of the movie when he calls him to talk to him and he's in Moscow, it's because he's revealed his defection and he's fled to Moscow.
Well, at the
Yeah.
same time, you find out about the other Russian agent that they.
Who was or
Sent
was
home.
not. That's where
He
I got
was.
confused
Yeah, the
too.
story
Because he
really
was, but he wasn't, but he was.
Yeah, so this Russian agent defects and starts giving them
He
secrets.
claims to be basically the counterpart of Edward,
Right.
the head of the director of K in the KGB.
And an,
Played by Matt Damon.
and a notable part of
And what's the website you can go to see Yang Talks and other things?
It's called Watch This Podcast and listen to us talk about it.
But the notable part of their like initial interaction when he goes to the States is he fails a polygraph. And he's like, "Oh, it's just because I'm Russian."
The
And
polygraph
then
does not understand the Russian song.
right, so like later on, a guy who's claiming to be the guy that this guy is claiming to be comes in, and they're like, "Oh, it's obviously not because we have him here." And turns out the first guy was lying. And for me, that took me out of it a little bit because he was like, he just blind trusted the first guy who came in with information.
Well, yeah, because he had the like answers to the questions that they wanted, like the Ulysses thing.
Yeah, except that like during their well,
I think it kind of sets up stuff later in the movie where, as much as Matt Damon thinks his character has it all figured out, he clearly doesn't.
Right.
And so he's made moves based on things he was 100% confident in, and then just kind of gets got.
yeah.
Like, one, his son is the defector.
Among
You're-
others.
that-
Turns
you're-
out
The
almost
mole.
The
Right,
mole,
his
he's-
son-
Yeah,
The
basi-
accidental
Yeah.
mole.
He's actually the least culpable of all the moles.
Yeah.
I mean, then the whole storyline with Matt Damon and his father, and then
Yeah.
him and his son. Like, so he's gonna end up being a failure of a father, just like his dad ends up being. Like, he finds his dad dead at the beginning of the movie. There's a suicide note that he doesn't read for the entirety of his life,
Mhm.
essentially. And then when he finally reads it, he's like, "I've been holding my dad in like high regard this whole time. Didn't want to believe it. His dad was also kind of disloyal or something." And
Not
then
kind of, actually.
okay, they don't really explain anything other than
Yeah,
I
I-
did fail it, and so he
Yeah,
burns
it's
it, and he's
not
like,
my
you know
fault
what?
for knowing it.
I think that's the point he gives up and realizes he's not the cool, good guy person he always thought he
Right.
was going to be. He's like, I failed my son. I failed my dad. My dad also kind of stunk, even though
Yeah.
he was like the admiral of the Navy. He's like, then he leans full into, you know what, I'm going CIA God mode,
Right.
and just gives himself to
I'm-
the country completely. Whether that's good or bad, but at least he can ignore his family like he has the rest of the movie. We didn't talk about Bonesmen.
Yes.
Oh,
All
God.
here, like the secret
I-
society of the Skull and Bones
yeah, the
Society from
fact-
Yale.
What's interesting is that it has birthed many presidents, actually, including George Bush, the junior, was a member of Skull and Bones.
I mean, there's a lot of
Sure.
secret societies from the Ivy Leagues that were founded
It's
around that time.
weird.
It's really weird, like white people clubs up
Yeah,
until
I'm
like
glad I didn't get involved with that.
fairly recently.
Yeah, they have some hazing rituals. I was just like not prepared for at 7 this morning.
Yeah, in the
Uh,
middle of the
Oh,
movie.
I
yes.
was like, no, thank you. It made me immediately be like, never mind, I don't like these people. And then I had to follow the rest of the movie with them, which is, yeah. They kind of followed that like personality trait of like, oh, the secret society we have. What if we made it our job?
I mean, that's the point of the movie, though.
Yeah.
Like, that's at the end when he's like, we're still brothers, right? I can trust you.
Yeah.
When, like, the whole point of the movie is you can't trust anybody.
Yeah,
Right.
like 4 or 5 times throughout the movie, they're like, you're gonna die alone and with no friends to like multiple different people.
Yeah.
You can't trust anybody or
Right.
ever.
Well, and also, anytime somebody says, I can trust you, Edward, that guy inevitably has a terrible ending.
Yeah.
Well, the old dude, Professor Frederick or whatever,
Professor Fredericks, yeah.
Yeah.
who clearly doesn't like the life he's been stuck in forever. When his whole storyline being that Matt Damon's character rats him out at Yale for the FBI,
Oh, yeah.
and then
Which
when
is
he goes and he
not
finally
helpful.
joins the Secret
OSS.
Service over in London, that dude is the London like contact to teach him how to be a spy,
Yeah, he's MI5 agent.
and then they take him out.
Yeah,
They're
Michael
like, you know what,
Gambon.
you're gonna have to kill me.
Yeah, and they had to because he was unreliable.
And he was fine with it too. He's like, "Well, I guess you're gonna want to tie your shoe here. I'll do it for you." The signal for
Right.
like, I'm
Yeah.
about to get. You're gonna smoke me. I know it.
Aren't we
So,
all just bootmakers for the king?
yeah.
Yeah.
And then doesn't General Robert De Niro's character also says
Yes,
that like
he's,
I think we're all gonna end up clerks as well. Like they're all
Yeah, General
bootmakers. We're all
Sullivan.
clerks or whatever. Like we're all just pawns in this game of
Yeah.
who actually has the power,
Exactly.
which is rich folks. That,
Yes, and
Yeah.
he's playing the real life guy he's playing is Wild Bill Donovan, who created the OSS during World War II.
The sheer number of people that like got as during the early days of CIA work was high. Like William Hurt's character like gets got because of tax evasion.
Turns
or-
out he was also one of the moles because he had undisclosed income in like Swiss bank accounts
Right.
that they couldn't like figure out who was sending him the money. So clearly he's compromised.
yeah, don't trust nobody. Everybody was stabbing each other in the back.
I love that he said that to him in the box of chocolates. Though.
Yeah.
So I feel like the content of the movie was interesting at heart because that's a cool story, but how it was presented to me was just fairly average.
I mean, look, it definitely has the hallmark of being a movie created by committee in the sense that both De Niro and Roth had an idea of what they wanted to do, and then they both had to compromise to make this. Because as I understand it, Roth wanted to make basically a like made-for-movie script of a very famous Norman Mailer book called The Harlot's Ghost, which is sort of a similar story about a CIA guy who is defected to Russia and he's just recounting his life. And De Niro wanted this very like focused movie about like the Bay of Pigs. So
I think it was purposefully hard to follow.
Yes.
Because you mentioned that, Sarah, where it was like the first two and some change, you were just kind of checked out.
which is why
Um,
next week we'll be doing Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy.
You don't get to pick next week's fun fact.
I do think part of the theme of it was like, oh, it's hard to follow because you're trying to like, you're being buried by the mystery of like all the, like what's happening and the
Yeah, we
chaos
can
of
only
it.
know what they show us, right?
But I don't think it was done in a way that's like also made it
Interesting.
interesting as a movie. Like I thought it was an okay movie.
Yeah, it was okay. I think
Yeah.
its reviews also are. It's basically okay. It's
Yeah.
like
And there's a lot of people in the
55,
movie I wasn't
60%.
expecting to see.
Yeah.
I think it's an okay movie.
it was shot well. The music was fine. It was just the pace was slow. The main character barely talks, which is part of his character design. Is that he's just
Yeah.
this stoic rock of a
Right.
person.
He's a
supposedly.
robot.
Yeah, but that's like the very ending thing with him talking to the guy. He says like no lines to dialogue in the whole thing.
The one line that I remember distinctly, also because I watched it this morning, was Lee Pace's character at the end of the movie. As he goes to walk away, he's like, "I was having lunch with a senator, and I got asked why we never say the CIA whenever we're
Oh,
talking about the
yes.
CIA." And it was like, "Oh, do you ever put the word 'the' in front of God when you're talking about it?"
And they
Uh,
kind of hint at that earlier in the movie too.
Yeah.
When they're making the CIA with Robert De Niro's character, the general, he's like, "I get worried. I want you to be the eyes and ears of the country, but you know, when you start becoming the heart and the mind of the country, basically when you get too powerful, which is what they always talking about. Ultimate power corrupts throughout this entire
Right.
movie, and everybody who gets into a little piece of power in this movie ends up doing something terrible or stabbing somebody in the back. And
Yep. Even
That's what civilian oversight meeting. They think they can look into our closet.
Right. Yeah.
And then immediately Matt Damon character runs to his closet and checks for his dad's suicide. It's like,
Yep.
oh, I should go look at my closet. What's in there? Like, I got to check on some things. And so he burns that as well as like being an emotional moment for him on a personal level. Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
he does go and check his closet.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the death of him as a human and the birth of him as like the CIA functionary.
Yep.
You know, something that I thought was interesting, the few parts that I was paying attention, they harp on the fact that he finds women that cannot hear attractive.
Yes.
Like every time he runs into one, he ends up getting romantically, intimately involved with them. And even cheats on his wife, who is obviously like the complete opposite of all these characters
Yes.
with these women. And it just struck me that it's something like they can't hear, like obviously they can read lips and all that, but they can't actually hear him to engage in his world or any, something like that. Like it was just,
Right. I
and
think he's also got some sort of like the complete guy in the relationship, and like you'll notice that like the relationship he gets into that doesn't work, she comes on to him,
yeah,
and she's the dominant person in that relationship at the start. Whereas all the ones that he initiates, he's the dominant person because the other person has this physical defect that they will devalue themselves based on.
Well, the one that gets sent to him, the second deaf person,
Mhm.
I don't think is actually deaf, and that's how she
No,
gets caught.
That's correct.
yeah.
But obviously they're playing on that because
Yeah,
Ulysses knows
So
that
they're
he has a
playing,
thing for
yeah,
deaf people.
or at least he's pining for that old relationship he never had. He wanted to have a relationship with Laura, but he knows he cheated on her, and then he finds out that girl's pregnant, Clover or
Clover,
Margaret, as the Angelina Jolie's character, and now he's like, you have to do the right thing. I'll stick with you. But he like this whole time he's like, crap,
Yeah, I married you because of him.
yeah.
Yep.
And he holds that against her the entire time.
Yeah, they're not a happy couple.
No.
Nobody in this movie is happy.
Nobody's.
No.
In
Not
fact-
even the people watching.
In fact,
Whoa.
the
I don't
one
think a single storyline ends up okay.
the
Yeah.
one happy moment, like the one happy person in his life, his son, who is like, oh, I love this woman who is absolutely has betrayed them. The scene in the plane had to be my favorite, and the way like they follow her out and down, I was like, wow, they're really harping on the fact that she is so much dead.
Oh yeah.
Then Matt Damon has the audacity to show up to his son's wedding like, I don't know what happened.
Something happened.
She fell out of a plane or something. We can't find her. He won't admit that it was him.
And Clover calls him out. She just says, "What did you do?"
Yeah, she
and
knows off the
she
jump as to what a
knows.
scumbag this guy is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was
It's the good shepherd.
I was reading because I was like, I feel like I missed a bunch. So I went back and I read the Wikipedia and all that because I was like, there's got to be more that I just did not. I was zoned
There's
out
a ton
for.
of tiny details. The ones that
Yeah.
are especially like historically accurate, but then I was reading some of them really aren't.
Yeah.
But they at least tried real hard to make all this little stuff matter, which if they just fixed like the pacing of the movie, none of that would have mattered in the first place. To me, at least.
They gave so much emphasis on like his relationships and not as much like I felt like they needed to split it more 50-50 than like the 70-30 you got where it was like
More big picture.
yeah, and they kept like the synopsis kept being like he was shocked by this, he was shocked by it, and I'm like, how could you tell? He like had no facial
Oh, no,
expressions.
that is his shocked face. He would have it other
He's
than
got like the
he had.
one the
He's
one
Shocked the whole
face.
time.
Yeah, he's just
He's just like
constantly
I can't
startled.
believe How great America's like, oh, I can get a hamburger. That's amazing. I can get, oh, there's a dog in the street. That's amazing.
Oh, they're murdering that guy and then throwing him in the canal?
That's
All right.
amazing.
Yeah, he
Hey,
was.
This guy forgot his hat next to me. That's amazing.
Oh yeah, Alec Baldwin in his hat.
oh, yeah. Alec Baldwin was in this movie.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
so many people in this movie.
Again, this one another reason why I picked it.
Speaking of people in this movie, I chose Michael Gambon.
Oh, good choice.
Nice.
Good
All
choice.
right.
And I wanted to pick a movie I haven't seen.
Harry Potter it is.
The King's Speech.
Oh,
Ooh,
okay.
okay. Keeping
Less
with the
lenses, keep his name,
historical.
had a mouthful of Marvel.
And if the reviews say anything, I don't know anything about the movie, but that rating is much higher than this one. So
I
I hope it's
know-
a slightly more enjoyable. I've heard about it
I
for a
have-
long time. So.
I've seen it. It was really good.
I haven't seen it. I know it won an Oscar or maybe, but
It
Uh,
won
I
awards.
tried not
yeah.
to read too much about it. I saw he was
Yeah.
in it. And I was like, ooh, and I caught the rating. I was like, all right, I'll pick that one. It's like,
click, 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 click. Yeah.
I've heard about it and I wanted to see it. So.
Sweet. Yeah.
That is one
And
that
you
I
avoided-
enjoy.
And I
all
get
of-
to talk about one of
The Harry Potters.
Yeah, I did. I was scrolling. I was like, oh no, but it would be funny. Harry Potter 8. I don't know if he makes it into that far into that one.
No.
No,
Oh, wait, hold on. We can't talk about this. Spoiler warning for Harry Potter. No, he does not.
I got bored. I watched all of them.
Actually,
I got pretty
he
bored
got
by the
Dumbledore.
end.
He's in the 8th one,
You
technically.
should have said Michael Gambon. That's why I'm picking Lord
He's
of the
not
Rings
in the
and Two
7th
Towers.
one.
Oh no, we're down this rabbit hole of Harry
sorry,
Potter.
I have Harry Potter lore for days.
I made myself watch it in 2020, like all 8 of them.
I guess there wasn't much
enjoyable.
else to do in 2020.
There was, I watched it. I consume a lot of media now.
Yeah.
Golly gee, 2020 was
Yeah.
Yeah.
lambasted in my own brain with just nonsense.
Are you somebody who has all the Harry Potter like
Yeah,
quirks?
what house are you?
Yes. Do you have all
I
that
am
stuff?
A Hufflepuff.
Yeah.
I huff and I puff, and I live next to the kitchen.
You know what?
Yeah.
I believe that
Yeah.
that fits. Okay, I buy that. I buy that.
You saying it fits means that you also know what house alignments are. So.
So it did that series was coming out. I was one of the kids that like was growing up as that series came out. I got really into Tolkien, but a lot of my friends did get into Harry Potter, including a roommate that I had in Manassas, because I always try and say it wrong.
Who don't?
And she was one of those like super Harry Potter fans. She was the one who made me watch all the movies and then told me the whole way through all the ways that they were incorrect based on the books.
Oh, gosh.
So it was like that. And then, yes, she made me go through all the stuff because it mattered to her. So I know Harry Potter lore in like a way that haven't read the books, but somehow know a lot about it.
That's our new game. Sarah has to decide what house we're in.
Well, don't watch Jurassic Park with me then. No.
We
I have
spared
both-
no expense.
I have both read and watched Jurassic Park and Lost World many times.
Those are all
So
great. Yeah.
And Congo?
and Congo,
Nah, don't watch Congo with me.
I thoroughly enjoy the movie for what it
Don't watch
is
Batman
and not
Forever
for
with me.
Tim Curry's masterpiece, The Congo.
the Congo.
It's a very movie that I will watch.
What?
Muppet
Why?
Treasure Island.
Oh, man.
Apparently, Tom has
Rocky Horror?
serious
Right.
problems.
Somebody's got to pick
Clue?
Treasure Island. Come on.
I was gonna do Legend for Tom
Oh,
Cruise,
nope.
but
Man, I love
Clue. Got
Clue.
an hour and a half of me complaining about Tim Curry.
also I wasn't sure if I could find it anywhere streaming because I have it
I know, but
downloaded
I'm
on my
not gonna answer
computer.
that question. Much like how I want to answer about Willow.
Now you speak my language. Hey, we got to watch these CIA movies. You got to suffer through some Willow.
And Airbud apparently.
Oh man, just you
Let's see,
wait.
I think I've done my time. What was the last couple movies? we've
Wait,
done?
was Colin Firth in
Heat
the
you
Airbud
love.
movie?
I do love it.
Was Colin
Top
Firth?
Gun 1 and 2.
Yeah, the Witness.
Hey, The Witness was a much bigger heater than
I like
expected.
The
Yeah.
Witness more.
I'm trying to get surprised by
We've-
stuff.
of
We've
the
had
like
a lot
first,
of slow stuff.
What
Yes.
3 or 4 movies that we've watched?
It was interesting because we started with The Revenant and then we went to Witness.
Did we start with the Revenant? Was that on
That's the forbidden.
the
episode.
Forbidden
Oh, right.
episode?
We started with The Witness.
Some of us
Uh,
watched The
We were like,
Revenant.
Luke Hodge is an underappreciated actor. Let's watch a movie with him.
And then from there, where did we go from there?
Top Gun.
Top Gun.
Yes.
Both the Top
Plural,
Guns. Yes.
yeah.
Yes. To eat,
Excuse me.
and then
And
into
Sarah left.
The Good Shepherd.
Gone forever.
Quick.
Goodbye.
Let's
And now
quick
the
do whatever we want.
Oh man, we are free. So if you go to the ingames.co,
Yeah. No, I just can't wait to tell you guys next week about an hour and a half about King Arthur for you.
is that who the king is in this movie?
Yeah.
Is he the one speeching?
His illegitimate marriage to an American. We were this
What?
close to getting the British.
Spoils.
This close.
We got to stop.
You got to stop talking about movies
Well,
I
this
haven't
is about
seen.
his speech, so it's fine. This is not going to get covered in the movie.
How do I? Now that I know that.
No, we don't know that.
Man, you,
Should I not spoil you that maybe the Nazis are on the rise?
Whoa,
This time?
hold on.
Maybe that's what the speech is
Let's talk about something else. Like, a rather would you?
Brian, I know you've seen The Crown season 1.
Would you guys like to talk about a rather would you?
ages ago.
Or a would you rather?
Only if Sarah goes first.
Sarah, would you like to go first and would you rather?
Oh right. Did you guys theme yours? Because I did not.
I did not.
All right.
It's
one
tough
second.
to theme it around.
Movies
Good
you just
Shepherd.
watched this morning.
I just forgot the name of the movie.
Pardon the interruption. There was a concerned phone call about the fact that it's going to get real nasty around 6 o'clock. So
Okay,
It's
we can make a
happening
decision
now.
here. Getting close.
it is getting close.
How long have we been running? We're trying to time our
Uh,
stuff better so we don't ramble on too
We got
much.
7 minutes.
just short of 40 minutes right now.
Okay, perfect.
So well done on keeping our synopsis below 45 minutes. Okay, are you guys ready?
Yes.
Would you rather look at your mom's internet search history or your dad's?
Neither.
Oh. Neither, but because I know both my parents would be very boring.
My parents didn't use the internet very well, and their history stopped in 2015, so I'm taking either or. It's like, I don't think my dad had ever searched anything on the internet.
I'll choose my mom. Why not?
Well, somebody has to make a choice. So
Someone has to
She,
make a
she was
choice.
looking up
I'll
what
choose
time
my
church
mom.
started. Like,
Yeah.
look it up to the lyrics.
I hope.
My family is currently at the Outer Banks, which is really unfortunate with the tropical storm.
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
Unfortunately, there's going to be no lines to anything.
Yeah, they get a beach house and the beach every year, so they're.
But you're
down to
here.
this. Yeah, because of Yang Talk. Brought to you
Good,
by
good choice.
theendgames.co because we're too
Contractually
cool for the
obligated.
M. Is Matt Damon still behind us?
No, it's
Oh, that's good.
we're back on the Enterprise.
Okay, cool.
We started talking about Harry Potter and the Matt Damon, Angelina Jolie picture just didn't seem to fit the conversation
Yeah,
at the time.
for sure.
Okay.
All right, who's next?
If you were a spy, would you rather have telekinesis or telepathy?
Telepathy. Oh, but only if I was a spy. All 100% of the rest of the time, telekinesis. I've thought about having force powers my entire life.
I'm not trying to read people's weird thoughts.
Yeah, but if you're a
Right.
spy, that's like that makes your job so much easier.
Depends on if you're like how. I guess there's limitations on if you have to be close to them. Like if you could
Yeah.
pick locks with your telekinesis and go
Oh,
pick up
that's
secret
cool.
documents and
Okay, let's tweak it. Would you rather have telekinesis or telepathy, but you can have to be within 5 feet of them?
How far do I have to be within the telekinesis?
It's free.
I could telekinesis anywhere in the world.
That's not. I don't
turning
think
off
that's how
satellites
that's
right now.
work. I don't think that's how that works.
15 feet. How about
Okay,
that?
let's say
I
eye
think for
line for
telepathy still.
telekinesis,
Well,
5
that
feet for
includes
telepathy.
television, like if I'm watching it on television live.
All right, I am withdrawing all.
Big mistake.
One,
Yes.
This was Brian's Would You Rather. I was just trying to
Specifically,
give some more to
So me, as I exist at theendgames.co, I would want telekinesis. Me, the spy from the hit movie The Good Shepherd, I would want telepathy.
Tell me your name. It's Steve. No, it's not.
Wait, are they just saying like lie over and over again in their heads? Like
They don't know
don't
you
forget
can
to
read-
lie. Don't forget to lie.
They don't know you can read their mind.
Oh, okay.
I
You
don't
get.
know.
Oh, that's the part of the gambit is you have to keep that a secret because otherwise you'll be spied.
Then the guy with the telekinesis is like tying your shoes as you walk down the stairs.
Oh no!
and this is our review of the hit movie The Men in Staircase.
Yeah.
Isn't that a moment? And
That's the second. George
it's
Clooney
always sunny when they keep tying the waiter's
They
shoelaces.
trip him like a ton of
together.
times.
thing.
I
Wait,
cannot-
you guys in Philadelphia, you don't remember me?
Who?
No?
So evil. All right, Tom, what's your answer?
What would you classify remote viewing under? Like the ability to see things.
I watch YouTube all the time. Like,
Are you still on the
on your
the
phone?
eye line thing?
Remote.
that stuff that's happening elsewhere.
That's the most valuable thing.
I was
that
watching
can
the
have
Olympics
in
on
the
my
world,
phone.
like,
Like,
psychic abilities is the ability to
Seeing the
see
future?
things that aren't in front of you.
He didn't give that option. He said telekinesis or telepathy.
Telepathy,
Okay.
if I was a spy,
if I was a spy.
I think I'd always want telekinesis.
it's so cool.
Sounds fun.
It's just like the
Yeah,
best
Also-
superpower.
I don't want to have to listen to people's
Yeah,
thoughts all the time.
It's
like-
like if you get good at it, you can telekinesis yourself and start flying places.
Also, the amount of people who have like inner monologues that I
Shut
don't
the
want to
hell up.
listen
You're
to.
trying to go out for
Yeah.
a Whopper.
and
And the
they just
Whopper.
won't stop.
the hit movie What Women Want.
No.
What? That's a movie about telepathy?
Yes, it is.
I don't know
Sure.
if calling it a hit is a thing.
Well, it
To,
certainly was a movie.
it was
One of the
a
movies of
thing
all
that
time.
happened in this time frame. Yes.
Hey, you should keep those thoughts to yourself. I am. I promise. Like,
What the hell?
Just like sitting in the jury box, like the guy gives like this big impassioned defense speech, and everyone's like, "Yeah," and you just like stand up and be like, "No, he didn't."
Well-
think about how easy your life would be with telekinesis versus having to listen to people
I'm
talk.
lazy
Okay.
enough as it is.
Yeah, well,
Do you want me to turn into MODOK? Like, that's how we get MODOK.
The guy gets a lot of things done.
I don't know who
I
you're
don't
talking
know.
about.
That dude ain't lazy.
MODOK is a Marvel character. He's a big head with tiny limbs.
It's like machine only designed for killing or
Yes.
something of that nature.
Yep.
I'm not a Marvel
You guys
person.
watch the animated show about him?
I have
No.
not.
Oh.
I didn't realize that had come out. Patton Oswalt plays
yeah,
MODOK,
it's a
right?
comedy about it. Like, he has like an ex-wife, and then like they have to do like child custody sharing.
Is Marvel having a really hard time right now?
Yes.
This was in the weird like
Yes, they are.
Marvel period where they were like, we don't know what to
Deadpool
make
and
of it."
Wolverine was good.
What was?
Deadpool and Wolverine.
I
do
do
wanna
want
see
to see
that.
that. Yeah,
was really good.
I've heard good things. Plus, apparently Wesley Snipes is in it.
Yes.
Oh, spoilers.
First major Marvel
Sorry.
hero.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And it's the first time he and Ryan Reynolds have reunited since Blade 3.
Oh yeah, I forgot the two.
When he
of
wouldn't
them.
open his
When he
eyes to
wouldn't-
film.
Yep.
when he wouldn't come out of his trailer.
Yep. This is why we're about to do the Blade trilogy.
I thought that was part of why he was like that. And that was Ryan Reynolds was pissing him off.
Yes.
But when Ryan
That is
Reynolds
confirmed.
Is a giant check for you, you can forgive a lot of things.
Did
That is
he
also
get him out
confirmed.
of prison?
No,
Is that
But do you think he has money?
no?
So
So.
my would you rather is would you rather go skydiving or like deep water scuba diving?
Deepwater scuba diving.
Skydiving.
Skydiving.
Yeah, the ocean scares me. I would
Do
do
not,
skydiving.
just-
cannot
There's
do
nothing
it.
to be afraid of.
That's where the Pacific Rim stuff comes
That's
from.
where the
Deep
sharks
water
are.
scuba diving? You go up too fast and die? Just,
Don't go up fast.
Very-
okay, that
very
definitely just doesn't
interesting
happen to
reasons.
people.
Very interesting responses to the
The-
idea of deep water.
What is the most dangerous jobs in the world? Underwater welding? Like
Yes.
just
Oh,
down
yeah.
Yeah,
there.
but I'm not welding down there. I'm just looking
A lot of the
around.
same stuff still applies to how you get
You're
things
still
done.
That's
gotta
where
go
the-
up
Some of the
slow.
danger comes from welding.
Yes.
Also, there's
Also the
things down there.
megalodons
Yes.
from the movie The Meg and the movie The Meg 2.
I said sharks.
Yeah.
Yeah, deep water scuba diving. I don't know.
No.
Just when you get your blood filled with weird gases that aren't supposed to be there.
It also sounds like it would hurt a little bit to be down there anyway.
It's cold.
Getting just crushed by the atmosphere and the water, and sharks.
Yeah, but I
Well,
want to see the Titanic.
I guess to the point like deep
Yeah, that
water
worked out well for the
scuba
last
diving
group
where
of
it's
people.
yeah, where it's livable but it's still scary. Like skydiving's livable but it's scary.
The worst thing that can happen to you at skydiving is that you die, which doesn't seem like that
And that's
bad
over
of an
quick.
end result.
That's
Yeah.
the same for scuba diving.
Oh,
Yeah, but it's
No,
I mean, you hit
something
that, I
come
don't know
out
if
of the
you'd live
dark
through
and
the-
grab you. No.
King of the Hill where Peggy survived skydiving.
Ah, yes. that documentary, King of the Hill.
About the 90s in Texas, yes.
Messing with no super deep water scuba
Hmm.
diving.
All right, there's less sharks.
How
in the
deep have you
sky.
been? You keep claiming that it's not that bad. I gotta get some
Ocean's
frame of
not
reference.
that scary. Like,
Yes, it is.
It's like the scariest force on Earth.
Yes, it is. There's
other than
terrifying things in
gravity?
there.
I don't know, man.
And gravity's involved with it being scary. It go deep.
Yeah, we're not going down to like the Marianas Trench.
You
like,
hope.
You just said you wanted to go to the Titanic.
Yeah,
That's pretty far down there anyway.
but I have a good line in the submarine.
Is it run by
It's
a
been used
PlayStation
once,
controller?
and,
Hmm.
It's full of it's made of concrete.
it's a little wet on the inside, but we can mop it out.
Hey Tom, what's your would you rather?
Oh boy. Okay. Would you rather have to flee the United States and move to the Soviet Union, or would you rather attempt to liberate Cuba with you and like 1,500 of your buddies?
Is this like
How
Soviet
very thematic.
Union, as in
I'm
like
always gonna have the thematic.
like pre 1990s?
Yeah, what era
Russia, or is
of
that like
Russia?
present
I
day?
said the Soviet Union.
Yeah, no,
Which
I
implies
understand.
that it's sometime between
The Cold era.
20 something.
Like the physical spot is there still. even if it's a different-
Some people say the
Russia
Soviet
now.
Union never died. It's still
Yeah.
living on in one particular
Also,
person.
weren't there a lot of countries that are now independent that were part of the Soviet
Yes,
Union?
again,
Yes.
which is why it implies that it's Russia from the period of 1920 to 1990.
They did give us Tetris.
They did. In fact, we could watch that movie.
So you said invade Cuba?
Yes.
I want to invade.
Me and
anywhere.
1,500 of my closest buddies are going to go invade
I
the
don't-
party towns of Cuba.
That's you, me, baby.
No
I
ill
don't-
intentions.
Wait,
No
wait.
ill intentions. Go
Yeah.
see a bunch of classic cars.
How
enjoy
hostile
some
of an
tropical
invasion
drinks.
is
Well,
this?
let me just say that the Cubans These are going to be very upsetting you.
I don't want to do either of these, but I guess I'll go to
They
the
do not
Soviet
want you
Union.
there.
Another one of these. Would you like to die or die scenarios?
Yeah.
Apparently we're skydiving and
One
going
of
to the
the-
bottom of the ocean. So.
One of these is supposed to be like slightly better than the other, and both of yours are
or at least
terrible.
arguable in one way.
Yeah, like
You're not dying if you go to Russia.
You might.
based
And it's
on
not
what?
Russia.
I don't like the cold. I'd die in
I
Cuba,
like
I
the
guess.
cold.
I mean, I guess I'd blend in Russia better, technically. So I guess
I'm fluent in Spanish. I'll figure it out.
Yeah, but
this
you probably
gringo
would-
knows a lot of Spanish. There he is.
Y'all gonna hear them sandwiches?
I guess
Donde está el baño for sure.
Oh, me no soy un soldado. Soy
So
un cubano.
when I was in high school, I went to Haiti on a missions trip.
Famous city, just like you.
And it was January. So it was like we left Dulles Airport and it was like 30 degrees and snowing, and we landed. It was 90 degrees in Port-au-Prince. But all the kids at the airport were just like pointing at me, yelling "Blanca," and I didn't know what they were talking about. And they were just, and then a couple of people with was like, "They're just calling you white." I was like, "Oh, okay." I was just like,
technically they're correct. Yes.
You jumped into a ball and spun away.
Street Fighter rules, like, yeah.
Cool.
That was my anecdote. It was like, yeah, I'm gonna be a fish out of water no matter where I go in
A
this
good thing
scenario.
you saw it before, the late unpleasantness.
And through rough times recently.
Oh, I mean, I went after
Hasn't it
the
been
earthquake.
like
Yes, I'm saying
since
it's
the
even got
90s?
worse somehow.
Gotcha.
Because my church also did missions to Haiti,
Mhm.
and
Well,
then
it's 'cause that's probably the place that's easiest to spell.
and then my last ship right after I got hurt went down to do like help Haiti after a hurricane. Like that country never really has a good time ever.
That's correct.
They should just live underground. That'd probably be better for them.
Or move to the other side of the island.
Or
I'm
leave.
sure it's that simple. Why didn't they just figure this out?
It's very easy for us to figure
These guys are all silly. Cool.
We know we could make like a 2.5-hour boring movie
Wait.
about it.
Where would you
Can we
go?
stretch it to 3?
That's a difficult
In that
question to
scenario.
answer because I'm
Took me a little over 3 with
dyed-in-the-wool
lunch
red,
breaks.
so I would function very well within the Soviet Union, but also like I love Cuba, so I can also function very well in Cuba.
You
Like
just
these
told us
gringos,
that you just
so-
told
said
us
we were
that they
invading
were
and they
gonna,
hate us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you said they're gonna hate us.
You do the Homer Simpson thing where you fade into the bushes and you come out just like a Cuban guy.
You might be a little pale for them.
You know what? I tell you, put me in the sun long enough.
I could get drunk enough that maybe they would think I was trying to speak Russian. Like, give me the hat, give me the bottle, and I'll start stumbling my way somewhere.
And you got like a new Shanka on. You're like, I fit in.
He's just that messed up.
I mean, you're blonde.
Yeah.
It works.
And actually, so I read a lot of accounts of like Soviet advisors who go overseas to like weirdo countries. That's exactly how they act. They just get drunk all the time and just like, oh yeah, the Russian guys are drinking again.
No, so
Speaking
I don't know
of-
any of them.
Drinking? Sure. Is there a Sunny or Seinfeld this week?
No.
That means I don't get a chance to try to win.
Oh yeah. What
Because
worse? That's
Because I think I'm behind.
Well, we still got it written down. We can fire it back up.
I have 20 points written down right here.
It's a real shame.
Right-
because
right here.
According to my
One.
notes, I won. So
I think Brian is
I
winning.
think we're tied with somebody. It's written down here.
Or-
Yeah.
yeah.
I think it's a two-way tie.
I
We've
think
only done it
Brian
3
and I are winning.
times.
I don't know. I did hash marks and now I don't remember.
We should just sneak into
It's in
celebrity
code.
worth results.
Well, Matt Damon over
Brian
here got
Kilby.
these secret
Yeah,
codes.
secret codes.
Well, if nobody else has got anything, let's go check on the storm and see how people are doing. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
If there's no more Yang talks ever again, the
Save-
storm's bad.
Safe out there's.
And next time we'll talk about
These
the
are
Yang
the
ones.
voyages of the starship, the ingames.co, because we're too cool for the M.
I'm just gonna watch season 1 of The Crown.
love you guys.